Hello everyone and welcome back to today's weather video. And oh my god, we are talking about the heat wave in the Pacific Northwest. Historic heat wave, multiple all-time record highs have been broken as of yesterday, Monday, including Seattle, which hit 108 degrees, Portland, which hit 116 degrees, Eugene, Oregon, Boise, Idaho, Medford, some other places in the valleys and everything of Washington and Oregon, just inundated with historic, unprecedented heat. And for the first time ever, Seattle actually had high temperatures 3 consecutive days above 100 degrees. That's never happened before since records began all the way back to 1890. So it has just been impressively hot. And not only the Pacific Northwest, but even up in Canada. Canada actually recorded their all-time record high ever recorded for the whole country, not just for the month of June, but for the whole country since records began, 115 degrees, just east of Vancouver, northeast of Vancouver, in some of the prairies and everything. So it has just been oppressively hot. Now, thankfully today, Tuesday, it is slightly cooler. Seattle is about 90 degrees right now. Also Portland in the low 90s. A lot of the heat has actually moved just a little bit inward into a lot of the other valleys, but also in the mountain ranges and everything. So Mount Ranger is one of the higher peaks in the United States, and their freezing level, basically when you get up to a certain altitude and you basically stay at like a freezing point, basically, because it's been so oppressively hot, basically the freezing level at Mount Ranger is like gone. That means basically at the top of Mount Ranger, there's temperatures that are actually above 32 degrees right now. So that is impressive in itself. And if you live out there and you see Mount Ranger, you can see snow, obviously on top of the mountain, all year round because it's such a high mountain top and everything. But that's how warm it is out in the Pacific Northwest. Again, historic heat wave. Nothing like this has ever been recorded in records, going back to when we started doing records and everything. So this is dangerous situation. I hope everyone is staying cool out there. There's cooling shelters that are open. They've been staying open, and this heat really isn't going to be going a whole lot away anytime soon. We're still expected to see temperatures in the 90s to even low 100s in Washington or in Oregon this week going into this weekend. So it's going to be staying hot out there. Not going to be as hot in Seattle, Portland, Medford, Boise and everything, but some other places, especially in the valleys between the mountain ranges, are going to be just downright hot for this time of year. For any time of year, honestly, I mean, it is just historic heat that we are seeing. Not only are we seeing heat in the Pacific Northwest, but on the other coast as well, we have heat advisories, basically just north of Baltimore, going into basically all of New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York City, Hartford, Providence, Boston, Portsmouth, Portland, Augusta. They are all under heat advisories until later on this evening. Those are probably going to be extended until tomorrow evening as well. Tomorrow might be actually slightly hotter. We have heat indices anywhere from the low 100s to mid 100s, basically. So about 100, 101 in DC and Baltimore, but you go up into like Hartford and Boston, just west of Boston. Some of the heat indices are about 107, 108 degrees right now. So again, some records may fall this afternoon. I haven't looked at the official numbers just yet, since it's still before 5 p.m. A lot of the maximum time of the day when the heat obviously hits and everything for the maximum temperature happens around this time, before they start cooling off and everything. So we may see some records broken, not as much as obviously the Pacific Northwest, but we could see a few and everything. This heat is going to stay around just for another day. So this heat wave in the Northeast is not going to live as long. Thank God. We are actually going to see a significant cool down this weekend. Unfortunately, we have a little low pressure system in upper Canada right now. It's going to be moving its way right into our area, across the Great Lakes, interior Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and the eastern seaboard, just in time for the 4th. Isn't that wonderful? Not really. DC, we're going from a high about 97, maybe cracking 98 tomorrow. We're going to go into the mid 70s by Friday and Saturday. So a huge change around. Our average high is 89 degrees here in DC. So 75, 76 degrees is going to feel like cold compared to, what we're used to and everything. So this heat that we're experiencing in the Northeast, only another day, maybe another day and a half, depending on where you live. And then we are going to see that actual low pressure system move down into our area. And it's actually going to bring some rain over into places for just in time for the 4th of July weekend. So I'll do another video on what you can expect on your 4th. Until then, stay cool out there and stay hydrated. Take care.